Initiating login sequence. Welcome to Alyx's world.
Hello all, and welcome to Alyx's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I am your host, Alyx, just Alyx, and this is my WWE Friday Night SmackDown review. This one is for March 3rd, 2023. We are now 3 weeks away from WrestleMania, I think. Did I get that right, or is it still 4? I think we're 4 weeks away from... My bad. It will be 4 weeks away after... I think after Sunday it will be 3. But right now we're 4 weeks away. Because when tomorrow gets passed, then it will be 4 weeks. Then it will be 3 weeks. But right now it's 4. Gotta get my math right. But yeah, WrestleMania is getting closer and closer. And the question you have for me tonight is, did SmackDown get you, get me, get us more excited? Sure. I came out of the show a little bit more interested. Did it give me the punch that I was looking for that the show needs? Not really. But I will say the confrontation between Roman Reigns and Cody was pretty solid. It did exactly what it needed to do. It wasn't extraordinary. I feel like Cody had a much better confrontation with Paul Heyman on Raw. That was out of this world excellent. This wasn't as great as that, but it got the job done. What we got here? Mr. Unfamiliar, a sponsor. You like to see it. Thank you for being another sponsor for my channel, and we're getting the donations in early. You like to see it.
Is it too late to do a triple threat?
Triple threat. Well, I mean, kinda? It'd be kinda ridiculous now to make it a triple threat. We've already set up Cody and Roman. I think personally we should just stay the course. Whatever was the plan, stay there. Don't change it now. It's a little late. It looks like we're going with the tag, Jimmy and Jay versus Kevin and Sami. Now, the most talked about thing coming out of this show is still the main event, Cody and Roman. People are mixed, more mixed than I thought they would be. I figured it wasn't going to get the big reception that most people thought. Everyone thought that, oh my God, this Friday, it's going to be the start of one of the greatest feuds of all time. And I didn't think it was going to be that. I thought they were going to give me something to, hook me, which they kind of did. And I'm certain the heat will get turned up in the next 3-4 weeks. But for me, and this is how I feel about the segment personally, it was fine. It didn't really just give me that punch, give me that, oh man, I can't wait for Roman and Cody. It was just one of those things where they came face to face and I went, all right, this is the main event. People are excited about it. The crowd was hot for it. There were some audible boring chants. It was very low. You couldn't hear it, but if you listen close enough, there were some people chanting boring. But I thought Roman had a nice zinger in there. Did a nice impression of Dust the Wolves, baby. I can't do Dusty very well. And the overall story it's good. Ultimately, it's Cody Rhodes versus Dusty Rhodes' greatest creation. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. Dusty Rhodes' greatest creation is Roman Reigns. Because Dusty taught everything that he knows to Roman. And the real story is, well, the true story here is, Roman Reigns might be the real son, or the son that Dusty always wanted. That wasn't just Paul Heyman playing mind games, it might just be true. Roman is what Dusty always wanted his son to be. And that's the story. You can do something with that. Is it enough to get people crawling through hellfire and brimstone to want to see WrestleMania? I don't know. I think personally, when we get to the segment, I'll talk more about this, but you're going to need a little bit more than that. There's a lot of material to work with. We haven't touched it all on Cody's journey. I get that you don't want to do that because it's associated with AEW, but I'm sorry. Part of the reason why people are excited about this is because it's AEW, Cody Rhodes fighting Roman Reigns. So you gotta go there. Eventually, they gotta go there. Some of you saying they don't have to? Sure, you don't have to do anything. But if you really want this feud to have that punch, you have to go with what the fans know. Part of the reason why a lot of these fans are invested in Cody is because of what he did. He left WWE, he helped create AEW, and now he's here. You gotta use that story. I don't know why you wouldn't. You add that story along with the idea that he's doing this for Dusty, like, my goodness. Why would you not do that? That would be so fucking fire. Imagine Roman Reigns saying, I'm gonna beat your ass so bad, I'm gonna send you back to AEW. You know what? Come on. Come on, man. It's right there. If anything, I dare say, people see AEW through Cody. And this is another version of AEW versus WWE. You can turn that into this. Like there's so many ways you can go about this. But I feel like if you just stick with, we're doing this for Dusty, it's all about Dusty. Again, it's fine. But is it gonna be the ultimate story that people come out of WrestleMania thinking about? You know? Because I see people on Twitter, and I read the comments, all of them, even the ones that I shouldn't be reading. People aren't, not everybody's with it right now. Not everybody is going with Cody versus Roman. Not everybody's wanting Cody to beat Roman. A lot of people, in fact, are now hoping Roman beats Cody. I'm not making this up. I'm not trying to push a narrative. I'm telling you what I see. But we got 3-4 weeks left. They can do stuff. They can get my interest. Now that we've had the first confrontation, okay, on to the next. How do we improve it? What do we add to the feud? How do we turn up the heat? This is a nice first step. Let's keep it going. So give me your thoughts about that down below. Give me your thoughts about that in the live chat. I look forward to hearing what you have to say. So we have a loaded show tonight. It is massive. On top of the SmackDown review, which we'll definitely touch on, we got some news involving the WWE sale. It looks like Comcast and Endeavor are off the table now, according to Brandon Thurston of WrestleNomics. We'll talk about that first. Next, we'll get into Sonya Deville, who got arrested for carrying a firearm in a state where her permit apparently was not legal. I don't know how the gun laws work because I don't have a gun. I don't know how permits work. I was assuming that once you got a gun permit, it was universal, but you need a permit in every state to carry a gun? Jesus Christ almighty. I got questions. Trust me. We'll talk about that. And then we'll also talk about Lacey Evans, who has great advice for you on how to cure your anxiety and depression. All you gotta do is make money. I'm not joking. That was actually one of the advice points she gave. You think I'm joking? I'm not. That is actually part of the advice. We have a lot more to get to, ladies and gentlemen. I'm excited that you guys are here, and you made me a part of your day. So without further ado, let's pay these bills, do the sponsorship, do the shout-outs, and get right to the show. So if this is the first time you're watching me, do me a solid favor, like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all of my content when it comes out. Wow, you're at it. Help expand the brand by doing the following things. Join the membership, click that join button, and get the opportunity to request a video of your choosing, whether it's a live reaction, a hot topic, or review, past, present, or future. Also, don't forget to, give thanks, hit that super thanks. If you would like to donate after the fact, you can. Also, like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter at JustAlexCentral, give me a follow on Instagram, give me a follow on Spotify, and give me a follow on TikTok, for I am the tickest of the talkest. Donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, Venmo, and yes, Super Chats are officially on. You can donate at any point in time during the broadcast to get your thoughts played live on the air. Email me at justalexsworld@gmail.com for business inquiries, just to say hi, and please get yourself a t-shirt today in Pro Wrestling Tees and Teespring. Get you an old school Deluxe Man t-shirt, get you a new school Alex's World t-shirt, but most importantly, get you a blonde hair, blue eyes, apple pie. America, the remix t-shirt made by It's J Knox and Firestar Heart. All of this down below in the description box. Today's sponsor is Surfshark. If you're ever surfing through the web, you having to look to your left, you having to look to your right for malware attacks or people who can steal your identity, you need some really, really good protection from a VPN. And the best VPN here on the web is Surfshark. Get 24/7 protection and surf the web wherever you go, whenever you want. And I can get you that for a certain percentage off. And I think also maybe a couple months free. So how's about we get a quick word from our sponsor? And then of course we'll get to some shout outs.
Today's video is sponsored by Surfshark VPN. When you're doing business on the web, having a VPN is almost essential, and many agree there's no better service than Surfshark. Let me tell you why. Surfshark provides you 24/7 protection from hackers, data leaks, malware, and even allows you free access to movie streaming services in different countries. I personally appreciate Surfshark's ability to block all malware websites and scan all downloads for potential viruses. You just never know what could impact your online experience, and navigating has become a lot more safer because of this service. So today, if you visit the link surfshark.deals/justalex and use the promo code JustAlex, you not only get 83% off your monthly payments, but you'll get an extra 3 months for free. This is a massive deal that many of you should take up while it's here. So don't wait, feel safe, get protected by Surfshark today.
Alright, thank you all so much for making me a part of your day. I didn't make this announcement before, and I probably should have said it on my preview. This Sunday, the Super Chat Championship will be on the line. Nickname Mai with the Finish Championship during the show. Who will be able to stand up to what is easily one of the best Super Chat champions here on YouTube? He is a champ that has defended this belt more times than anyone that I know. Can he defend it again this Sunday? Keep this in mind. Nickname Mai only defends the belt on AEW pay-per-view. So, if you want to see that championship defended at WrestleMania, you will have to be the one to beat him. And then you have to choose WrestleMania. I can already tell you right now, Nickname Mai is not going to choose WrestleMania. He will choose Double or Nothing. So if that's something you want to stop, you got to stop him this Sunday. If you can. But that's Sunday. That's AEW. Tonight we're talking about WWE, and all you lovely people chose to make me a part of your day. So do me a solid favor, please hit that like button. It is imperative that you hit the like button, because if you like the video, it will give me more opportunities to be recommended here on YouTube. And also show some love to the moderators: Ultra, Sean 97, Firestar Heart, Alyx Deville, Big MGM, New Japan Pro Wrestling Girl, and of course, Khalil does everything. Everything! Oh, everything. We have a lot of people here tonight, so let's go ahead and get right to these lovely, lovely shout-outs. And yeah, Super Chats are on, so you can go ahead and get those donations in. Let's start things off, ladies and gentlemen, with Matthew. Just Matthew. This is a new one, I believe. Poor Roman was groomed as a child, but not only his father, but Cody's father as well. He needs therapy. Yikes. Yeah. Think about being raised by the Samoan Dynasty and Dusty Rhodes. Woo! No wonder he's so good, right? Nate Klein. We have Achieve Winter. Achieve Winter. It's an interesting name. Snowy Pill. Water Sniper. Saw Yishrael. Monaco 42. Ooh, this is a new one. Is it Dragon Den? Dragon Den. Welcome, sir. Thank you for joining Alyx's world. Jojo. We also got Anthony Wide. We got the Tribal Chief in the building. I think we also got, let me go ahead and scroll down a little bit. It's Steve Callan from Browntown. Mr. Robert Brown. I think I see Jamarcus Williams. I also see Valhalla Erickson. Rated R Tokyo. Mercedes versus AZM April 8th. Letting us know with his YouTube name that Mercedes is having a defense on April 8th against AZM, which is Stardom. Let's be sure we watch that, because I know I'm going to be there. I think we also got Joseph Winters. I think I see Rachel S. Miss Rachel S. is in the building. Good to have you, Rachel S. We scroll all the way down to get all the newbies coming in. Raw Cuz 99. The Al Johnson Show. How do you feel about idiots saying that you, I, and the IWC were wrong about why Lesnar and Omos is happening at Mania? Are we talking about the people saying that it wasn't Vince's idea? It was Vince's idea. I mean, common sense tells you if you look at the match, spectacle, Brock versus Omos. That's a Vince McMahon idea. Now, clearly there's more to the story, and we should probably get into that. I don't think we had a chance to speak about Brock apparently saying no to a certain match at WrestleMania. We'll start with that. I don't think we actually did a video about that, so we'll get into that first before we get to the actual news. I'm also aware that I'm live with other people here on YouTube, and that's probably why the numbers are a little bit lower than usual, and that's absolutely fine. I'm not tripping about that. I'm only here to entertain the audience that's watching me now. I'm gonna treat this like it's 1,000 people, because you have to. You can't just not give your all because it's a certain number that you want. Nah, man. You treat your shows as if you have 100K, if not 1 million. And that's what the hell we are doing. But let me see here. Leah Melaniel, Paid Enthusiast, and let's end it with Rachel Buck. Thank you all for being here. You guys are awesome. Once again, if you like the video, that will get more people here in the stream. And I'm going to be here for a while, because I'm probably going to go an hour and a half, or if even more than that. You see the timestamps down below? Yeah, that's how long I'm going tonight. And I might go a little bit longer, because I didn't get a chance to talk about the story with Brock Lesnar and Fightful, apparently. So we'll start with that. And then, of course, we'll get into the other pieces of news that I have lined up for you all today. So, what our friend is talking about, our friend Al Johnson just brought up, was a report on Fightful Select. This report gave us details on what happened with Brock Lesnar in a certain match that was scheduled for WrestleMania. So, as you guys know or don't know, Triple H and WWE had numerous matches lined up for Brock Lesnar. The first match, this is confirmed, was against Stone Cold Steve Austin. Austin turned that match down. He was supposed to fight the Rattlesnake, and Austin said, I don't know about that, Chief. Not for me. Apparently, Bobby Lashley was also on the table. That was scrapped for some unknown reason. No one knows why that was scrapped. No word from Fightful. It was clearly the match they wanted to do. Because if you watch Elimination Chamber, Brock low-blowed Bobby Lashley. The story is clearly setting up another match between the two sometime down the line. So we are going to do it again. I don't know why you wouldn't do that match at WrestleMania. Kind of weird. They keep mentioning it. So I don't know. There's another option that we don't know about. Fightful Select says there's another option that no one knows about yet. I'm thinking of Fatal 4-Way, which will probably not happen, but could still happen. We got plenty of time. And then the option everyone wants me to talk about. a match against Bray Wyatt, which Brock Lesnar outright said no. According to Fightful Select, Brock Lesnar was gonna fight Bray Wyatt, and the story does seem like that was the case. Brock said, nah, I'm not fighting no Bray Wyatt. Because apparently, Bray has a bad reputation when it comes to Brock Lesnar. And so, Brock Lesnar settled on Omos. And the story goes, the idea was pitched to him. It was pitched to him, and he said, well, out of all the options you gave me, if I can't have Austin, I choose Omos. Because I'm not fighting no Bray Wyatt. Again, I don't know what happened with Bobby Lashley, but that's off the table right now. We might get back to it later, but Brock chose. He chose Omos. Now, the report does talk about Vince McMahon, and it does mention that Vince is not in charge of creative yet. But the idea that the match was booked by him could be true. Quotes, could be true. They're not outright saying it was booked by Vince. They just said it could have been him. Well, WrestleVotes has other sources closer to the situation. And WrestleVotes says it came from Vince McMahon. And listen here, I don't need Fightful. I don't need WrestleVotes. I have my own mind. I've watched wrestling for almost 30 years. I can straight up tell you it came from Vince. So you believe whatever the hell you want. I know a Vince match when I see it. Omos versus Brock Lesnar is a Vince McMahon match if I've ever seen one. Now, Brock Lesnar has a lot of pull. And I said in the video when I talked about it, you can't just blame this on Vince. You blame this on Triple H and Brock Lesnar. Because clearly, the match at WrestleMania was going to be Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar. Something happened. I don't know what that something is, but they changed plans. Now, Triple H and Bray Wyatt story, we'll talk about that when it comes to SmackDown. Something's not right. I don't know why it's taking this long to get to the goddamn point with Bray Wyatt. He's been back for almost, 6 months? 6 months plus now? And we still have no idea what's going on. Maybe 5 months, 6 months. I don't know. Did he come back in October? The beginning of October? November, December, January, February, March. Okay, so 5 months plus. And I have no idea what's going on. There's storytelling, long-term storytelling, and then there's just bad pacing. This is extremely bad pacing. Because I've gotten extremely impatient now. What is going on? Who is Uncle Howdy? Why is Bray Wyatt acting the way he's acting? What are we supposed to do with this? Because we have no conclusion or direction with his character now. It just seems like it's just kind of just floating in the air right now. Can we get back to the story and get to the point so I know what the hell is going on with Bray Wyatt, so then we can get more invested in his character? Because I'm losing my patience. Honestly, I've almost lost it. But yeah, I completely understand 1000% why Brock Lesnar said hell nah. I ain't gonna ruin my reputation, lose momentum, because you already know if Brock Lesnar fights Bray Wyatt, first off, Bray Wyatt's winning. Bray Wyatt's winning, as he's gonna beat Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania, which I'm not a fan of, by the way. And I don't think Brock Lesnar wants to be any part of that, because he thinks it's hokey bullshit. And right now, what do you want me to say? It kinda is. I was hoping by this point we would have a clear direction on what the hell Bray Wyatt is doing, what his storyline is, what his character is. I was thinking it was multiple personalities, which, by the way, sounds awesome. Maybe it's a stable. If it's a stable, my goodness, hurry the hell up and introduce the other people. But we just kind of stopped with it. And we reached a point where Bray is just kind of floundering directionlessly. And I don't know what the hell they're doing with him now. And I've lost interest as a result. So, yeah. That's what happened. Brock Lesnar got to a point where he told Triple H, nah, I'm not fighting Bray Wyatt. I don't know why Triple H would have went from Bobby Lashley and Brock, but the next plan was Bray and Brock, and he said, no, I am not fighting Bray. I don't fucking know anymore, dude. I don't know. I don't know. But no, I'm not interested in Omos and Brock. I still think it's a Vince McMahon match, and you'll get my full thoughts unfiltered on Bobby Lashley and Bray. So there you go. That's what happened. Brock Lesnar came out and said, I ain't doing it. You can't make me. So give me your thoughts about that down below. And you know what? I don't blame him. Who here wants to be any part of what Bray Wyatt is doing right now? There's no direction to it. So what do? Let's move on. WWE sale news. Brandon Thurston of WrestleNomics made this report. I might actually play the video too. Let me see. I might have copyright music in it though, so... Yeah, you know what? I think there's copyright music in this, so I'm not going to play the video. I'll just read you what the video talks about. So essentially, Brandon Thurston reports both Comcast and Endeavor are seemingly off the table for a $9 billion sale of WWE. $9 billion. That's a Dr. Evil amount. $9 billion, you know. Shit. That's a lot of money. I know some of y'all look at that and go, that's it? I'll be like, let me tell y'all something. There are people in this world that couldn't find anything to spend on when it comes to $9 billion. I know Elon Musk paid for what? $44 billion for Twitter? Still, like, think about it this way. I saw a report that said you can cure world hunger for $6 billion. You can literally take $6 billion and you can cure world hunger. Everybody gets fed. Everybody. Literally everybody. You can feed every single person in the world right now with $6 billion. I am not shitting you. You could cure world hunger right now with $6 billion. And Vince wants to sell this for $9 billion. Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be anybody interested. As of right now, Endeavor's not. Apparently in the video, this is a video showing Endeavor's earnings call. And that earnings call, they said they're not interested in purchasing WWE. Comcast, you saw the interview. We did a video on it. I believe it was Nick Khan. Nick Khan was literally on NBC talking about Comcast purchasing WWE. And one of the news anchors said, So it looks like the only people left is Saudi Arabia. So we get to what Brandon Thurston said. And I do like what he had to say, ultimately, in this video clip that I'm not going to play because it might have copyright. But ultimately, he speculates if this sale is a red herring. It's a ploy to help get Vince McMahon back into power. He lied. He lied and said, listen, I'm going to sell the company. That's why I'm doing what I do. And the reason why he has a high price, why it's $9 billion, is for him to say, well, we tried to sell it, but no one would buy it. We could have sold, but no one would buy it. They didn't have the intestinal fortitude. Right? It's all a distraction for him to settle this anxiety of his untimely return. Him bullying his way back into WWE. The best way to get people to not talk about it is with the WWE sale. But imagine that. Imagine if he did all of that and didn't sell. That's not going to look good on him. So, was this a ploy? Is this a ploy to get him back into creative? Or is he actually going to sell? And if he does sell, man, like, is it gonna be the Saudi Arabia? Can I be honest with you? I don't think there's anyone else. I don't think there's anyone else that's willing to buy WWE for that amount. Disney ain't buying WWE for no $9 billion. Netflix sure as hell ain't buying no WWE for $9 billion. They already said Comcast, which honestly, Comcast was the best bet. And they said, nope. And us. Comcast is too busy trying to buy HBO. They're trying to buy Warner Brothers Discovery and try to get AEW. And they even said Endeavor is not interested. So, I don't know, man. If those two are off the table, we might be screwed. Either Saudi Arabia is buying it, or this is all a ploy. Which, honestly, I wouldn't put it past Vince McMahon to make this some type of a ploy. Don't you think? But yeah, that's just depressing, man. I don't know. I'm terrified where this sell is going. I wouldn't be shocked at all if it was all just a red herring ploy to get Vince back in power. I am praying to God it's not. Please, please don't let this be a ploy. We got 100 people here live. Took us a while to get there, but I assumed that the other lives were ending or ended, and that's why we got more people in here. So I'm gonna say it again. It is imperative that you guys like the video, because the more you like the video, the more opportunities I will be given to be recommended here on YouTube. So hit that like button. Next story. Sonya Deville. Sonya Deville, ladies and gentlemen, is in the news for an incident that happened in February. Now, this is crazy. I'm going to just read what Fightful Select has here. It says here, back in 2020, a stalker invaded the home of Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. As you guys remember, it was some type of a fan that was following them, drove miles to get inside their house, and I think he had some type of a wrist grip or a rope, whatever the hell. He was going to harm them. Since then, Sonya has carried a firearm on her. Everywhere she goes, she's carried the firearm for protection. She got the permit. She has a gun. It's a handgun, apparently. Don't know what type of handgun, but it's a gun. That's why they say firearm. Well, Sonya Deville was arrested. She was arrested in New Jersey for carrying that said firearm in her vehicle. Some person was checking her car. I don't think it was a cop. It was probably one of the, I don't know, maybe she gave her car to her friend or something like that. Someone was in her car, and they found the gun. The cops were contacted. They came and arrested her. Now, reports say her permit is only good in Florida. I don't know how gun permits work. I don't have a gun. I wouldn't know. But I was assuming that once you had a gun permit, it's universal. Like, you could take it anywhere you want. But nope, I guess you gotta get a permit for every state. Jesus Christ. Really? Y'all gotta get a permit for every state to carry the gun? Is it worth it? Is it worth carrying a gun around if you gotta carry a permit in every state? That doesn't even sound right. Y'all gotta help me here. Is it like one of those things where you have to get a certain license? Maybe like she got a state license, but she can get another license to carry it in other states. I don't know. But she was arrested, and currently she's working to get it tossed out. I'm assuming that's why she hasn't been on TV. If you're wondering why she hasn't been on TV, that's why. So, I feel sorry for her, man. I do. Like, clearly she carried that gun for protection. She carried that gun because there are crazy folk out there who want to harm her and her lover. She just got engaged. Congratulations, by the way. But nah, man, to go to jail for carrying a gun in a state that doesn't allow it. Hey, man, look, maybe it's one of those things where there are gun laws that she should know about, and she was just irresponsible. I see people saying she's irresponsible. I can't hate Sonya, man. I can't hate Daria. I can't. I feel like this was a situation where maybe there was a misunderstanding. Clearly, she had every right to have that gun. She went through the protocols in her state. Maybe she was unaware that New Jersey has a different law, or, there's a certain permit you have to have. But man, like, to get arrested over something that you use for protection. I don't know how y'all feel about that, but that sucks. Give me your thoughts about that, man. And, apparently she's doing okay. It's nothing too serious. She's not going to lose her job, But it does suck that she took the heat for that. You know what I mean? But yeah, give me your thoughts about that. Now, this story I've been waiting to talk about since it landed. I think it actually landed yesterday. But it's crazy when you really think about Lacey Evans. When you think about this woman here, you look at someone, and on surface, she looks like the type of girl that represents everything around blonde hair, blue eyes, apple pie. America. But as a TV gimmick, I mean, it's great for a heel gimmick. You know what I mean? As a gimmick on TV, you expect that. You expect the sort of stuff she would say on the internet and character. But what if it's not character? What if this is actually who she is? Which, as time goes by, I'm starting to think there is literally no difference in between the characters. But let's talk about why she's in the news. So, go away. This was posted on Lacey Evans' Instagram. It caught my eye on Twitter, and as soon as I saw it, I shook my head. I don't know who this other dude is. Bedros K. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name. How to fix it? I can't even get it out. How to fix 90% of anxiety and depression. Exercise hard daily. Eat clean. Put purpose over pleasure. Make a lot of money. Stop overthinking. Help others and be kind. And mind your own goddamn business. And that's it. You won't be depressed. That's it. Mental health is not crippling at all. You're just lazy. You don't work hard enough. You're just fat. You don't eat clean. You have no purpose in life. You're too much of a slob. You're poor. You overthink too much. You don't control your brain. You're selfish. You don't help others. That's why you have anxiety and depression. And you're nosy. Stop being nosy. Maybe you wouldn't be so goddamn depressed. Jesus Christ. Before I give you my thoughts on this, I would like to read a post from Allie, aka the bunny from AEW, who also posted something on Instagram because she is someone that deals with depression. And she put it in better words than I could ever put it in. Because when I first saw this post, it did something to me, y'all. Y'all have no idea. But you'll get my thoughts in a second. Here's what the bunny had to say. And I quote, "Some of us manage our mental health issues with medication. To suggest that simply exercising, eating a certain way, working more, etc., 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 will cure your mental illness is harmful and perpetuates the notion that mental health issues aren't actually illnesses. If anyone out there is struggling to do basic human activities due to their anxiety, depression, etc., you aren't alone. Please take care of yourselves and don't listen to the narrative that you are choosing to suffer. I know from experience that you are doing the best you can. Sending love to all of you. Finger snaps, finger snaps, finger snaps. I mean, what else is there to say, honestly? I'm sorry, like, the ignorance, and not just Lacey Evans, because Lacey Evans, as ignorant as she is, there are more people in the wrestling business on social media who think just like her. I had people sending me messages. Yeah, she's 100% right. No, she's not. You have to be extremely ignorant and super privileged to not empathize with people that have anxiety and depression. At the very least, you should have a family member, a friend that goes through this. This isn't just something you can just turn off. Work out more, make more money, because it's real easy to make more money for others, right? Eat clean. That's not how depression works. That's not how anxiety works. It is a mental illness. There are severities to this illness, so much so that people need medication for it. Legitimate medication. And if you don't, it changes who you are. Mentally and physically, it changes who you are. And people who don't suffer from this think that you could just turn it off. Well, I'm happy that you were born perfect. That you were born in a healthy family that loved you, that supported you, that did everything they could to put you where you are. But to think that everyone started at the 50-yard line in a 100-yard dash, it's just asinine. This life that we're all living right now, everyone starts somewhere. Not everyone starts at the same line. Everyone starts what their privileges lie. There are some people who start behind the line. Not everyone starts at 0. Some start at the 50-yard line, apparently like Lacey Evans. Others start at the 75-yard line. They don't have to run much. This really ticked me off. To ever think that someone as ignorant as Lacey Evans could even still work for WWE is beyond me. No, depression is not something you can just cure by eating right. Sometimes it's so crippling that you don't want to do anything because you think you're less than. You think you're not good enough to do anything. That's what depression does. It doesn't matter if you say affirmations, it doesn't matter anything. You have to work on this every day. And it's something that doesn't go away. You just have to learn how to deal with it. And it really pissed me off when she said that because she's in a position of influence. And she's using her influence to push this stupid ass propaganda that's just not true. So if you are someone that listens to me and you deal with depression, please be aware that there are idiots out there that will make you feel less than, that will make you feel like it's your fault. It is your fault that you're depressed. And it's not your fault. It's no one's fault. Okay? People don't wake up. They're not born looking to hate themselves. That's not something that people are born with. It is taught to them. They are taught that they are less than. They are taught. Now, that might be some issues that are born from genetics. Maybe you had a parent that smoked and it transferred to you. That happens too. But for the most part, people are taught to hate themselves. You know, you grow up, someone like me, I grew up being told I was fat. Yeah. I was fat. I was dumb. I was slow. And you hear that long enough, you get bullied. you get pushed around, you get that in your face enough times, you start to believe it. You start to believe that you're not good enough. And you think you could just eat right and let that go? No, man, that stuff stays with you. People are telling me they take Xanax right here in the live chat for their depression. This shit is not something you can just pass on. And I'm sorry if I'm getting heated over it, but it just really bothers me that people like this are in positions of influence. And they don't even understand what power they have over people. And it makes me sick. So, to hell with Lacey Evans. Let's move on. Let's talk about SmackDown. God, you got me so fucking heated. I'm so sorry. I'm so close to calling her a fucking bitch right now, man. But she is. She is a fucking bitch. You are a fucking bitch, Lacey Evans. You privileged ass bitch. SmackDown. Let's get to SmackDown. The Big Show was all about... I can't even get my words out properly. Jesus Christ. The Big Show is all about Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. So let's go ahead and knock that out. Because the rest of the show is fine. Lots of good storytelling on the show. Some things that make me go, what? But for the most part, I came out of the show feeling a bit more excited about WrestleMania. And that ultimately has to do with the storytelling. WWE continues to be the best storytelling, deliver the best storytelling in wrestling today. But we opened up the show with Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. So as we begin the promo, Cody comes in with the mic and says he's not here to invade or engage in reckless negotiations. He's here to have a one-on-one, man-to-man conversation with his WrestleMania opponent, Roman Reigns, who I believe is at 915 days. Wow, 915 days as the undisputed universally world champion. Or is it just universal world champion? I don't even know. Roman tells the bloodline to leave as he gets one-on-one time with Cody. But yeah, Cody says 915 days he's been undisputed universal champion. No need to print the legend. Reality has become legendary. And Reigns has superseded hyperbole. He is indeed a legend. I mean, facts. When was the last time you saw someone hold the belt this long? He continues. Cody wants to tell Roman something about himself that he may not know. And for some, he's become an impossible mountain to climb. And that's become his thing. Everyone tells Cody all the time that he could never do stuff. He's just Randy Orton's understudy. He'll never survive Stardust. There's no way 10,000 people will want to see him and his buddies put on an indie wrestling show. The goalposts keeps moving, but he keeps kicking them through the uprights. And for anyone else, Roman might have been impossible, but not for Cody. And that essentially was Cody's promo. That was Cody's promo. It was just like, well, everyone has told me all my life that I couldn't do something. Well, I did that one thing. And you were no different, Roman. Okay. Didn't mention AEW, but I think we'll get to that much, much more later when we get close to WrestleMania. But now it's time for Roman to talk. Roman tells him that was flawless and shifts gears, pointing at the Universal Championship and the World Championship that he laid on the ground, and asking, has he ever won one of these? But then also asking, have you even competed at WrestleMania in the main event of WrestleMania before? Because he's pretty sure he's done that, and that makes him the most experienced main eventer of all time. But here's the kicker. Roman's been groomed since he was just a little boy, not only by his father, not only by the Samoan dynasty, but by Cody's father too. He wants to talk about Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, baby. And he's got too much love and respect for that man to degrade him. They spent a lot of time together. The Dream put confidence in Roman. Says he was the first one to tell him that he has it, baby. And then Roman does this amazing impression of Dusty. It's so goddamn good. It's really good. They spoke for hours about everything, but especially about what he's doing now with many evening WrestleManias and all that. And you know what Dusty said about Cody during his time in NXT while training Roman Reigns in FCW NXT? Nothing. He never talked about Cody. He never said anything to Roman about Cody. Maybe Seth Rollins, maybe Kevin Owens. But when he and Dusty were hanging out, Cody didn't exist. Maybe that's a good indication that the real son is Roman and not Cody. He says he knows Cody misses him, and Roman misses him too. That's when Roman picks up the titles and puts them on his shoulder and says he knows Dusty isn't here anymore. But he knows this. If there's anything he didn't teach him, if there's anything Dusty did not teach Cody, then Roman will. Zinger! What a zinger. That one hurt. Now, he offers a handshake, and an incredulous look comes over Cody's face. He's like, oh, you're good. You're good. Cody says he's not even playing on the same playing field, in the same field. This isn't chess. He didn't send Heyman to Raw to get in his head. He sent him to tell him the truth. The truth is that one of Dusty's kids is better than Dusty's actual kid. Roman is the son that Dusty always wanted. Roman is the greatest creation that can ever come from Dusty Rhodes. And so Cody said, this is not something I want to do. This has to happen. I have to beat you at WrestleMania. Now it's gotten serious. There is no question what I had to do. I had to beat you at WrestleMania, Roman. They shake hands, and that was the promo. So, crowd was hot for this when it first started. They got a little cold as time went by. We got some boring chants. So it didn't quite hit as much as I would like for it to hit. As much as I wanted it to hit. That being said, and I said this before at the beginning, I thought this promo was fine. That's it. I thought it was fine. I didn't think it was spectacular. It wasn't one of the greatest promos I've heard in a generation's time. It's not gonna win segment of the year, but it got the job done, which was tell the story. There was some good exchange between Cody and Roman. And the story here is Dusty Rhodes' real son is not Cody. It's Roman. Roman Reigns is the greatest creation that Dusty has ever created. Everything that Dusty is about, has taught, is currently living in Roman Reigns. Nothing extraordinary, but it got the job done. And it's just the first promo of what I'm going to assume is many more to come. So, here's the thing. If you grew up with Dusty Rhodes, if you grew up watching Dusty like me, because I caught Dusty at the very tail end of his run. I caught old Dusty Rhodes. I didn't catch Dusty in his prime. I was able to go back and watch it. I'm blessed to be able to do that thanks to the internet. But I didn't catch Dusty in his prime. But if you did, you probably thought this was one of the greatest segments ever. Because it spans generations. This is a generational promo. This one is about two guys who grew up, one Samoan dynasty, one Dusty, and then Dusty connecting them together. Which I think is great. If you have a strong connection to Dusty, You probably love this promo. Here's the problem. Not everyone grew up with Dusty. A lot of the people watching never really got a chance to connect to Dusty the way some of us did. I think Dusty's one of the all-time greats. Top 50, all time. But not everybody feels that way. Fans aren't invested in Dusty. They're invested in Cody. So eventually, we gotta take the focus off of Dusty. We have that wrinkle in the story. Keep that. That's fine. Cody's winning it for his father. It's gonna be an emotional moment. Can't wait for it. But eventually, we gotta put the focus more on Cody. I want them to focus on Cody's character. Talk about his journey. There's a lot of material there to work with. You don't have to just work with AEW. You can work with the fact that he's just been gone for all these years. What has he been doing? Talk about his relationship with his friends. Talk about Brandy. Talk about a lot of other things. There's so many things we can do. We don't have to stick to Dusty. We need to tell an engaging story. I like the idea that Roman is the greatest creation that Dusty has ever made, and for Cody to be the man, he has to be what his father created. I like that. That's a good premise to work off of, but we need more. Because we gotta think about it from this perspective. Cody is gonna be the guy to beat Roman Reigns. This is where I am. Roman Reigns is the final boss. He is like the biggest champion WWE has ever had, let's just say in decades. And Cody is being set up to be the guy to beat him. Do you know what responsibilities come with that? You have to be able to carry that championship the way Roman did. Roman is literally carrying WWE on his back. Can Cody do the same? Is Cody capable of doing the same? Well, I believe he is. But you're going to have to start showing me something. Okay, when he wins the championship, that whole Dusty thing's not going to work anymore. It works for you getting your moment, for you winning the championship. You know, you busting your ass all these years to get to this point. Now you're the face of the company. Awesome. I think that's great. But once you win the championship, now what? You gotta have more. There's gotta be more to Cody than just, I'm doing it for my daddy. It'll be good for the first few weeks, then the honeymoon period is over with. Now what are you gonna do? I'm just saying, if Cody is going to be the face of WWE, we need to get invested in Cody. And that's what I'm hoping we get in the next few weeks. I want to see more about Cody. Doing it for his daddy, great, but what about you, my dude? So, I hope they wrap it up in the next 4 weeks. We got plenty of time to ramp up the intensity. I hope it does get a little bit more legs under it. But yeah, like, I thought it was fine. It was a fine promo. Not the greatest. Not going to sit here and tell you that it's one of the greatest promos of all time. No. It got the job done. Simple as that. It got the job done. So give me your thoughts. Give me your thoughts about that down below. Let's quickly go over the rest of SmackDown. So Liv Morgan beat... Psych. Liv Morgan did not beat. She lost to Rhea Ripley. I wish she would have won some match because that woman's been losing a lot. But here's the thing. Rhea Ripley beat Liv Morgan by submission. So the whole thing about Liv Morgan is that she loves pain. Why would Liv Morgan tap out if she loves pain? Ooh, I love pain. Too much pain! What? That makes no sense to me whatsoever. It doesn't make any sense. Just little things about that just compromise the characters. It really hurts them. And I'm sick and tired of Liv just getting the short end of the stick every single time. She had a really interesting character after losing that championship. Now it's not there no more. So I don't know. It's just so goddamn weird. Dominic Mysterio was on the show. He took on Santos Escobar. Santos Escobar is a huge Rey Mysterio fan. he respects the legacy of Lucha Libre. And he told Dom he's going to do what his father could not do and will not do. And that's smack him upside the head for the sake of Lucha Libre. So they had a match. Dominic Mysterio versus Santos Escobar. Rhea Ripley got involved and beat the fuck out of Santos, allowing Dominic to hit that frog splash for the 1, 2, 3. And then afterwards, Dominic got the Mysterio mask and ripped it up. Oh, he ripped up the Lucha Libre mask. You don't do that. That's sacred. You don't do that. But Dom don't give a fuck. He ripped it up. Santos is distraught. On the brink of tears. Yeah, that crazy. On the brink of tears. And then Rey Mysterio comes out. And even though he ripped up his mask, Rey would still not hit his... He still would not hit his son. Dom got in his father's face, dropped the mask, and walked away. Oh, it's so good. This is so good. I even like that we're tying in Santos Escobar. That's going to be a great feud or a great partnership for Rey when we get past this. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do together. That's going to be fun. Let me see here. Drew McIntyre comes out and challenges Gunther for the IC title. And then Sheamus comes out and says, no, I challenge Gunther for the IC title. And then LA Knight, yeah, comes out and says, no, I challenge Gunther for the IC title. And then Kofi Kingston, man, New Day comes out and says, I challenge Gunther for the IC title. And then Karrion Kross comes out and you get the gist. They start brawling, they get into a fight. Karrion Kross is standing. Where is this leading? I have no idea. Apparently there's a fatal 5-way next week. I'm going to assume that ends in some kind of a controversial fashion. And we get all 6 of them for the IC title at WrestleMania. Because I do not understand why you would not have LA Knight, yeah, or Karrion Kross, or New Day not on WrestleMania. So I'm assuming that's going to be a 6-pack or a ladder match. Probably a ladder match for the IC title. I'm looking forward to it. That's going to be dope. Shayna Baszler beats Tegan Nox with a crazy submission. Apparently, Ronda is hurt. She hurt her arm, and that's why she didn't wrestle. It was supposed to be a tag match, but Ronda got hurt. Alright. Oh, God. Bobby Lashley and Bray Wyatt. Okay. I said I was going to talk about it, so here we go. Bobby Lashley comes out. Gets in the microphone. He says, Bray Wyatt's been telling him to run, but he doesn't run from anybody. And now he's playing kid games like the Muscle Man dance, which he found comical. But where he comes from, if you have a problem, you say it to somebody's face. So he has come out to say it to his face. Dun, da, da, dun. Say it to my face. Dun, da, da, dun. Alex Riley. Anyways. The next thing we see is Uncle Howdy's music play. And I'm like, here we go. And then Uncle Howdy attacks Bobby Lashley from behind. I was going to say Bray Wyatt because that was the story, but we're not doing that. But Uncle Howdy attacks Bobby Lashley from behind. And then next thing you see is Bobby beat him up and the lights go out. The lights come back on and he's gone. And that's it. That's it. That's it. That's fucking it. That's it. Oh my God. Can we get to the point with Bray Wyatt, please? What is going on? I'm not even interested no more. It's just annoying. Is Uncle Howdy working for Bray Wyatt or not? Because one second he's attacking him, don't know why he attacked him. In another second, he's working with him. Is it because Bray Wyatt has certain personalities that Uncle Howdy likes and respects? 1 minute he's the eater of all worlds, and then we're doing Funhouse Bray, and then we're going to this new Bray. I'm not too sure if we're doing a multiple personality gimmick. It looks like we are. But then I'm like, okay, well, then who are the people standing on top of the little scaffold when Uncle Howdy jumped on LA Knight at Royal Rumble? What is happening? Like, the storytelling is out of whack here because the pacing is so bad. We have got no developments with Bray Wyatt. The story just stopped. I don't know what's going on. Maybe politics maybe Vince McMahon jumped in and kiboshed it. I don't know. We'll find out. Maybe Bobby Lashley will beat Bray Wyatt. By the way, if Bobby Lashley beats Bray Wyatt, then that's an indication that Vince is back, by the way, just so you know. But if you already don't know. Anyways, like, I'm very upset that we killed what should have been a Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar match at WrestleMania for this. I am not feeling this whatsoever. Number one, I don't want to see either one of them lose. I don't want to see Bray lose because he needs to rebuild himself. And Bobby Lashley is hot, on a hot streak. Why would you want him to lose? Like, you're going to end up ruining one or the other, or both of them. This feels like Seth Rollins versus The Fiend. That's exactly what this feels like. Someone is coming out of this worse off. And I don't like that. And most likely, it will be Bobby Lashley. And I get that the original plan was most likely going to be Bray versus Brock. Honestly, can I be real with you? And I said this at the beginning as well. I'm actually glad we're not doing Brock versus Bray. Because at this time, Bray he's like stuck in limbo when it comes to storytelling. And it's not getting any better. It's just not. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell y'all. It's not getting any better at all. It's really, really bad. I don't like saying that, but it's true. It's bad. Maybe things will start heating up, and by WrestleMania, I'll start liking it, but I'm sorry. Just the idea of Bray Wyatt beating Baba Lashley at WrestleMania does not excite me. I can't defend it no more. You know, I gave it a shot. I was thinking that, okay, maybe time will go by and I'll start liking it. Nah, I'm not liking it. And I'm done defending it. It's garbage. They better start getting things better. But alright. We'll see, man. Give me your thoughts. Give me your thoughts, man. I'm not feeling it. I ain't feeling it, man. Yeah, and people are telling me about all that hype with the White Rabbit and shit. Man, that went down the drain. I hate it. I hate it so much. So much momentum for Bray Wyatt coming back. And that's what happened. Alright. Main event was Sami Zayn versus Solo Sikoa. Sami Zayn apparently is still involved with the Bloodline. Jey Uso is no longer in the picture as of right now. And so Roman is putting the pressure on Jimmy Uso to fight his brother. And Roman told, I'm no longer mad at Sami. I'm now mad at Jimmy. I am pissed off at Jimmy for not helping me get my brother back, get my cousin back. Where is he? Where is he? Jimmy says, I'm not coming back no more. Jay says he's not coming back no more. And so Roman puts the heat on Jimmy. And he says, all right, well, you need to take out Sami Zayn. Right? Well, the main event was Solo Sikoa versus Sami Zayn. Now, Sami got a big pop in the crowd, one of the highest acts today. Put up a good fight, but ultimately the double team from Jimmy and Solo unfortunately, allows Samoan Spike to put down Sami Zayn. A Samoan Spike by Solo to put him down and pin him 1, 2, 3. So, Sami loses the match. Post-match, Jimmy Uso, beats Sami down. And then they go to do the whole corner, chair on the neck, hip attack, little attack. And then Jimmy's all like, no, let me get him. Taking too long, Sami gets up, tosses the chair at Jimmy, and gets the fuck out of there. He bails. And so Roman is watching Sami Zayn in the crowd, escaping, and Roman has his head in his head like, motherfucker. Oh my god, you dumbasses. Oh my god. I'm surrounded by idiots. And then that's basically how we end the show. So, we're still continuing the Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Uso storyline. Overall, SmackDown was solid. I wasn't a fan of the Bray Wyatt, Bobby Lashley stuff. Don't know why they have Liv Morgan tap out when she loves pain. That makes no sense. But I came out of it a little bit more excited for WrestleMania. Everything they did with Rey Mysterio and Dominic was awesome. Everything they did with Cody and Roman was good. You know, they did enough to make me go, all right, let's see where else this goes. Everything with Sammy and the Bloodline is good. I'm interested to see what happens with the IC title. So, the show was solid. It didn't give me the punch I needed to go, we're in WrestleMania season, but it's fine. We're still good. We still got plenty of time to ramp things up. So, we'll see what happens getting closer to WrestleMania. But we gotta get past Revolution. Revolution is this Sunday. So, be sure you tune into that, AEW Revolution. It's gonna be a great show. But yeah, that's my review. I'm gonna take a few minutes to interact with the live chat to see what y'all in here talking about. So, give me your thoughts about all the topics. Give me your thoughts about Brock canceling his feud with Bray Wyatt. Give me your thoughts about Sonya Deville getting arrested. Give me your thoughts about Lacey Evans. Give me your thoughts about many, many, many other things. And then, of course, Cody and Roman. Very curious to know how y'all feel about this. Alright, so nice to see I got a crowd again. But I'm what the hell? I have over 100 viewers but 66 likes. Y'all like the video. Get these likes up. It's imperative. Ultra Shadow says WWE is supposed to be an all-American company. America. Vince can't be that crazy to sell to Saudi. You don't think he's crazy? I think he is. Jojo, I hope Saudi Arabia doesn't buy WWE. I hope so too. I would hate that. Jordan Williams, you mean to tell me you need 50 permits to protect yourself? Like, what is the gun laws here? Who has a gun and who can tell me what's going on? Because I don't know what's going on. Joseph Winter says gun laws are different in each state. Needing a permit for every state is ridiculous. That would be so goddamn dumb. Nate Klein, I like watching over wrestling companies, but no company besides AEW comes close to telling stories like WWE. So I don't know if I'm watching. I'll be done with WWE if they sell to Saudi Arabia. Man. Yeah, y'all might not be the only ones. Carlos Morenzo. California is the strictest when it comes to getting a gun permit. You have to renew it every year and you need to have a valid reason why you need a permit. So why do you need a gun? I mean, yeah. Make it hard for people to have access to guns. I believe you. And what would be a good reason besides for protection? Khalil does everything. Impact has one of the best women's divisions in pro wrestling today, but their tag and main event scene is meh. I believe you. You got Mickie James as women's champ. Of course it's awesome. The Bulldog Show. After losing my ex-girlfriend, that was a big thing on top of trying to get through the life in general and everything else. Oh man, people talking about their depressions. Oh my god. Lacey needs to be fired. Tell me about it. Mental health is not a joke. Tell me about it. Allie's 100% right. The bunny is awesome. Firestar Heart. If that's Lacey's routine to help battle her own mental health, then that's her. But don't go trying to preach gospel on that being the definitive cure for depression. All battles are different. My goodness. Firestar Heart. Applause, 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 man. The irony of one of the I think one of the rules was be kind-hearted, right? Be kind and mindful. I mean, this isn't being kind and mindful at all. I'm trying to figure out who drove the bunny out of Twitter because she deleted her account several days ago. That's crazy. You're gonna have to tell me about that one. Here's the thing that don't make sense. WWE fires Mandy Rose for sexy pics, but have Lacey Evans keep her job after all the terrible shit she has done and continues to do. I agree. Jordan Williams, Lacey should have practice what she preached, more specifically number 7. My goodness. This is dumb, man. She really triggered me too. Alright, how we feel about the promo? How we feel about Roman and Dusty? Anthony White says decent segment. I really enjoyed it. Okay. You have what it takes to be a superstar. You got it. You wouldn't sell it for any amount of money because you have what it takes to be a superstar. You gotta what are you singing? Are you singing a song? I have no idea what's going on here. Cody is trying to win the title his father never won. To do that, he needs to beat his father's greatest creation. It's quite a story. Paul Heyman got into Cody's head. He did exactly what he was supposed to do, and that's to make Cody think that Roman was loved more than him. Whoa! That's deep. That's deep, man. Seth Rollins says Cody won't be able to carry the WWE like Roman has for the last 9 years. I wouldn't say 9 years. I would say 3. 3 years for sure, but not 9. Megan's song, the front part of the promo before it became about Dusty, when Cody was saying he overcame every obstacle in his way personally, that should be the side they should focus on. Exactly, Megan. I agree. Like, the struggle that you went through, that's what I want to get invested in. I'm happy you're winning it for your daddy, but don't make this all about Dusty. Alright? Let's see here. 5-way next week. Yeah, do y'all see it becoming a 6-way, 6-pack challenge or a ladder match at WrestleMania? Let me know. Ray needs Dragon Aztec Jr. to help him. Oh my goodness. Bring in some Lucha Underground wrestlers to take on Dominic. I'm for it. Bring in Dragon Lee. How we feeling about Bray Wyatt? How we feeling about Bray Wyatt? Anthony White, bro, I'm starting to lose interest in this Bray Uncle Howdy stuff every week. It's literally losing steam quick. It's lost steam, if I'm being honest with you. Ultra Shadow says, I don't know what they're doing with Bray anymore. God, man. Fernando, we need the Fiend back, do we? Nate Klein, Alexa Bliss needs to come back. Does she? JJ Bulldog, this ain't storytelling, this is lazy stuff. Yeah, we're just extending it and saying it's storytelling and making it long, but it's really not that great. The Tribal Chief, ain't no way Bobby is losing, right? He's definitely losing to Bray Wyatt. Sorry. Yeah, honestly, if Bobby beats Bray, he ain't coming back from that. That's gonna bury him. He needs to win at WrestleMania anyway, so yeah, he's beating Bobby. Neither one of them can lose. I agree. So lose-lose situation. Remember when we were all hyped about the White Rabbit clues? Everyone goes to WWE shows because of it, and we're all happy that Bray returned. Months later, it went downhill. Jesus Christ, tell me about it. I used to be so pumped for Bray Wyatt, man. A wise quote, you can do for others, but the mission is also to do for yourself. 1000%. This McMahon finally got what he wished for, and that is Roman Reigns to be the top guy in the company. Yeah, I agree. Let's see. I see a fatal 6-way for the IC title. You mean a 6-pack challenge? Fatal 6-way. That's interesting. Tomorrow at the WrestleMania tour, they have Roman Reigns versus Sami Zayn. Yeah, I know. They're still doing Roman versus Sami on the house shows. That's interesting. It's insane how Bobby is in his prime at his age. Tell me about it. Tribal Cheese, can we just get to the point already about the Uncle Howdy situation? Like, we need something, man, for real. Yeah, guys, let's go ahead and end it there. I don't know what happened to Bray Wyatt, but y'all better do something with him to get him back to what he used to be. But anyways, that's my thoughts. Give me your thoughts down below about everything we talked about. I'm tired. So the next time you'll see me is Sunday for AEW Revolution. And then after that, fast speed forward. Full speed ahead to WrestleMania. They better get this thing going, man. We gotta get some hype into these shows. We better start firing on all cylinders, because I'm getting a little impatient now. It's WrestleMania season. We need to get something going. But AEW Revolution is on Sunday. Tune in for that. Other than that, thank you guys for watching. Be sure you do all the YouTube things. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. For I am the tickiest of the talkest, and donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and Venmo. And of course, super thanks. You guys are loved and appreciated. Don't listen to don't be a Lacey Evans, and don't listen to Lacey Evans. Be the change that you want to see. Be better than that. You can start by liking the video. But no, thank y'all for being here, and always know you are welcomed here in Alex's World, a place I did once and forever will be a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I'm out of here.